In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you a technique to apply your Saint makeup that I have been using more recently that I really love. So what is going to be so fun about this way that we're going to do our makeup is I'm going to be applying these 4 creams in one strategically placed layer, and that's going to help so that my makeup doesn't look so texturized and it looks more natural looking. So we're going to apply it in one layer, and then we're gonna spray it with a setting spray and blend it out while it's wet. I know, sounds a little crazy, but I promise you the finished result is wonderful and it's gonna last all day and you're going to love it. Another fun thing about this technique is that you're using less product because you're strategically applying it. So that saves you money. This makeup is already affordable, especially with it being high quality, but because you're using less product, you are stretching out the makeup and it's going to last you much longer. So check it out. I always like to recommend a good quality primer to use before you apply your makeup. So we have our versatile product of our setting spray. You can use it before you apply your makeup as a primer, and then you can use it as a setting spray to lock your makeup in. It is a really high quality spray. I absolutely love SEINT Setting Spray. I also, though, really love to recommend this sunscreen. So if you're going to be out in the sun, I encourage you to protect your skin. This is by Supergoop, and this is in Glow Screen. I love it. It gives a little bit of a sheen to it, and I think it works really well as a primer that you can apply before you apply any makeup. This is the particular palette that I'm going to be working out of today. It's palette 12. So it fits 6 regular size tins on the top and 6 on the bottom, hence the name palette 12. So I'm going to strategically apply these 4 tins of cream on my face right now. And these 3 on the bottom are my 3D foundation. And this 4th one right here is my bronzer. So my 3D foundation has 2 shades that are skin tone looking, and so they are called my highlights, and they are going to help give coverage. And this middle brown color right here is a cream called contour, and it is going to help give coverage as well because it's part of my foundation, but it's also going to emphasize my natural shadow and dimension I have on my face to give a more sculpted, lifted look. And then that final color right here, it is brown in color. It looks like it could be contour, but it is my bronzer, and it is just going to help warm my face up. The first color I'm going to go into in this particular compact is the brown color right there. That is my contour. So my contour color I'm wearing is olive. It is going to just blend beautifully on my face. So my contour is part of my 3D foundation. It is part of that foundation that is going to give me natural looking coverage that mimics skin. And so I am going to apply 4 lines of contour on my face to just strategically emphasize natural shadow and dimension. I'm going to use my fingers for this part. I like to call it like a paint by number application. You want to make sure your fingers are clean when you're doing this. You can take one of our Saint brushes and dip it in, but I'm just showing you one of many different ways to apply this makeup. And this particular way I'm showing you today is a very fast way. So we have 4 lines of contour. 1 and 2 are going to be on the cheekbone, nice and high where the cheekbone starts and stops. This is just helping give more prominent cheekbones. Line 3 is temple to temple. We're giving coverage and helping the forehead look a little bit smaller up there. And then line 4 is earlobe to earlobe along the jawline to just really help define that jawline and hide any double chin action. So this application technique is going to look really crazy for a bit. You got to trust the process. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, and I promise you these creams are going to blend like a dream. The next color I'm going to go into is my bronzer. So my contour is brown in color and it equals shadow. Has cooler tones. My bronzer is also brown in color, but it's a completely different product. It is warmer in tones. It is going to help make you look more tan, like you've been out in the sun. We have 4 different shades. I am wearing our lightest shade, Tan Lines. I love this color. I wear bronzer no matter what time of year it is. It really just completes my look, and I love applying it at this stage. So I'm going to take my bronzer and I'm going to apply my makeup in one layer. So watch where I apply it and I'll explain why I put it there. Okay, my bronzer is right underneath the contour of my forehead, just really gonna give some warmth right there. And then on top of the contour on my cheekbones. So this is gonna continue help giving my face that warm glow. You can also apply a little bit of bronzer on your nose if you'd like. I don't prefer that look, but you can certainly try it out. And then I also really like to take a fluffy brush, like our blush and bronzer brush, and apply some bronzer on my neck to make sure my neck and face match up. Just a little pro tip right there. The next color I'm going to go into is one of my highlights. So this is a highlight and this is a highlight. So this is my main highlight. I wear the shade Candlelit. This is my accent highlight. If you don't understand the difference between the two, your main highlight is closest to your natural skin tone and your accent highlight is a little bit lighter shade of color because it's going to be like your concealer. So I'm just going to start to fill in the gaps. I'm going to apply my main highlight where I want coverage. So watch and I will explain why I put my main highlight in certain places. So I put my main highlight right underneath the bronzer, right on the forehead. You can see there's still a little piece right here that has no makeup, and I'm saving that for that accent shade. And then I put my main highlight around my mouth and on my nose and right underneath the contour there. So my last and final place of makeup I need to add is my accent highlight. This is replacing my concealer, so I'm just gonna strategically apply this where I want to really brighten on my face. Okay, so it looks really crazy, but I promise this is going to blend. So I applied that accent shade that's replacing my concealer right underneath my eye. I focused it on the inner corner and the outer corner, in the T-zone, down the nose, a little bit of the upper lip and chin. That's just really brightening that area and helping to make my eyes pop a little bit more. And an optional place you can apply your accent highlight is a little bit underneath your contour on the cheekbone to really make that stand out and give you that lifted look. I know I look so crazy, but I promise this will blend. You got to trust the process, and I will help you when you get your makeup and show and explain where you can put certain products so you can remember. But if I wasn't talking right now, I could apply these on my face in under 3 minutes and blend it and be good to go. That's where the magic happens, in setting it and blending it. So I'm going to use my setting spray and I am going to spray my face. It does come out aggressive, but it comes out aggressive for a reason. I'm going to let that setting spray sit there for just a second before I start blending this out. So you want to use a good quality setting spray to really help lock in the makeup so it lasts all day. It should be lasting in heat and humidity. You should be able to put your makeup on in the morning and it lasts all day. I have lots of different tips and tricks on how to make sure your makeup is lasting all day, but I promise you, using the setting spray before you blend is a really cool trick to give it this gorgeous finish to it. So let's get to blending. So you're gonna wanna make sure you use a good quality SEINT brush. So we have a ton of brushes that give different types of coverage. I am using a great starter brush. This is our largest brush, the blush and bronzer brush, and I'm going to use the bunny end tail, and I'm going to start to blend all these beautiful creams and give my face a normal look. So I'm going to start off in my two highlight areas, my main highlight and my accent highlight, the ones that look like skin tones. And so one important tip is to stipple, light dabbing motions and not swiping really hard. I'm gonna be able to take that same end of the brush and also continue blending my contour and my bronzer. And it's amazing how these products will stay in place and blend out. Okay, so my makeup is blended out. A couple different additional things you can do to set your makeup is first to use a damp beauty blender sponge. This is our Perfector sponge. You get it wet, squeeze the excess water out, bounce it on your face to pick up any excess product off your skin. That way it looks more natural looking and it continues blending in the makeup. If it gives you more of a shine than a dewy finish, then you can use a setting powder. We have a setting powder that comes in a tin called Vanilla Dust. If you need something a little bit more because you have oily skin, then I love this one by Coty Airspun. And I like to use a setting powder only to control any excess shine. That way you don't take away too much of the glowing finish that this makeup gives, which is supposed to make your skin look more natural looking and radiant and all the good things. I do want to show you just a few finishing touches. So I do have my lips done. I am wearing the shade Pink Grapefruit, and it's just a really pretty pink color that you can also wear as your blush. So it is a cream, just like the majority of our makeup. I'm going to take my finger and just apply a little bit of that pink color on the top of my cheekbone to really give a beautiful flush of color, and then blend that out. Okay, so after I applied my blush, I did do my eyeshadow look, and for the sake of time, I don't have it in this tutorial, but the 4 shades that I'm wearing, I have this gorgeous pink right here all over Claire, and then I added Lullaby on the outer corner of my eyes, just to emphasize dimension. I topped it off with this beautiful burgundy shimmer cranberry just on the center of my lid, and then finished it off with this light pink shimmer sis on the inner corner. So those 4 pink colors, and that is it. So I hope you enjoyed this technique of how I apply my makeup. If you try it, let me know, because I have to tell you, it's been that technique of Saint makeup that I have been using more frequently for the sake of time. And I also really enjoy the finish that I get. The way the setting spray is sprayed and then you blend it out while it's wet, and it just gives a really pretty glow that I really love. If you want to start out with Saint makeup, you can always complete my color match form, and that will get to me, and then I will provide a one-on-one makeup consultation with you. We will discuss your preference and what kind of coverage you're looking for with your makeup. If you want to add any eyeshadows, what type of help you might need with your makeup, because I promise you, this makeup is where it's at when it comes to saving time doing your makeup in the day, how it makes you feel, how it looks on your skin, all the good things. So thank you for watching, and I hope you give this makeup technique a try.